I'm gonna speak candidly for a little bit, and you gotta let me cook, because I wasn't expecting to make any more videos today. It is a real shame what's happening with most IPs nowadays. Like Saints Row, for instance. It's like, oh, what was Saints Row? You had the crude humor. It's kind of trying to be uh, Grand Theft Auto, but then it kind of went off into its own direction into, and it had decent concepts like the gang is the family in 1 and 2, and you're legitimate, and it had crude humor. Like there was this one place called Rim Jobs where you went to take your car to get it fixed up, and it was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to give you a nice hearty belly laugh. Then you moved on. They got rid of that. They named it Jim Robs, and it's like, we know why you took that away in the Saints Row reboot. Like we're not dumb, but then they there's I think in the third one there's the dildo bat. You can beat the fuck out of people with it. Fucking brilliant. And I liked 3 and 4. People didn't. I did. 3 was just if they threw everything out the damn window and was like, fuck it, let's do our own thing and go crazy, and I'm all for it. And then the fourth one, the best thing about that game was the dubstep cannon. But the reboot has literally nothing that the other last 4 iterations of Saints Row had. Is like, what did the reboot had? You had millennials shitting on capitalism, shitting on big companies, shitting on and talking about student loan debt, that shitty humor, that and like literally all the current day wrapped into one. And I know why this is. Apparently, the people at Quicksilver are just a bunch of old dudes, and they're like, "Oh hey, what do the kids not like nowadays? What the fuck?" And I don't know, maybe some HR lady was like, "Oh yeah, they like memes. They like shitting on capitalism. They like, you know, this, that, and the other, and shitty, crude toilet humor." And that's literally what they put in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if a consultant company worked on this game. Maybe not Sweet Baby, but another company. Because it just screams that. Like, the older Saints Rows, they had cute, crude humor. They had the ability to make your character however way the fuck you want. They had funny shit in it. They had hot female characters, but that is just what wasn't allowed. Like this is what it used to be, right? You know, pop stars with guns, and you had who was that? Johnny Cash, the man, the myth, and this is what it is now. Just a bunch of millennials that look ugly and that shitty toilet humor with glasses, and this guy, this goofy looking dude right here. This guy has no shirt on for whatever reason. It's like I it's a real shame because again I liked all of these games, even 3 and 4. Even though people will say, "Oh, they're the worst," fine, whatever. But they are nowhere near as bad as this. And besides, I think it was 2 and 3 they got people into Saints Row. Like people were actually comparing Saints Row to Grand Theft Auto, and it was because of those games. And again, it's a real shame that yet another IP, yet another game company is in the shitter, right? Because that's kind of the road companies are going down. It's like they put out a product that's actively trash that they know. Well, I mean, I don't even know if they know the market is. Like, again, we're talking people that are as far away from the consumer as possible. So I don't even think they know what the fuck they're selling. It's like, I doubt the same people that worked on Saints Row 3 are even around, except just a bunch of old people, old guys sucking in dividends, are still around when the Saints Row reboot came out. But I doubt Quicksilver will ever be a thing after this game, and that is just a real shame. I just feel that, kind of, these companies, Western entertainment needs to take a back seat for, foreign, like Japanese and South Korean, and hell, in the case of Nikkei Goddess of Victory, Chinese entertainment to take hold. Because it's also a shame too, because America has crafted the art of entertainment and proliferating your culture across the world through entertainment, right? But unfortunately, Japan has perfected that art. And now America, it turns out Western companies are trying to do everything in their power to, shit on what they've created. It's like, again, these people are standing on the mountains of giants, standing on the shoulders of giants. The people that came before them, that made Saints Row 2 and 1, but they're spitting on the giants. Like they genuinely believe, right, that they can do better. Like Sweet Baby genuinely believe they can do better than what came before them, right? Because what came before them was evil, it was bad, it was sexist, racist, all of this. So they think they can do better. And then when they do, you have this shit that came out with Deep Silver and everyone universally dislikes it, right? You have Rockstar Studios with Suicide Squad. I need to quit saying that fucking games war. Quit invoking that name in every fucking video, but it shows. Because again, Rocksteady wrote the blueprint of superhero combat. But again, the people that are at that studio now don't understand it anymore. It's like, again, I doubt anyone even is still there. Or at least the people that are just shut the fuck up, take the paycheck, and move on. They don't really have any control of where the series is going. And again, you have games that, like, you have companies like Rocksteady getting a blemish on their name. And again, I doubt anyone will ever buy another game from Rocksteady because of Suicide Squad. Like, Suicide Squad, I heard, is barely raking in 60 players concurrently. And the point of the game is to have that live service model, and it ain't even doing that correctly. So yeah, it's a real shame. Again, you had Arcane Studios with Gollum, right? You had the studio that made Forspoken completely crashing themselves because nobody liked the game. Apparently, they had DLC coming out that no one knew about. It's a real shame. I miss the days when we hated on EA because they were just a money hungry fucking company willing to fucking shove gambling mechanic down the throats of your children, right? Because now we have companies that legitimately, that have hired people that legitimately believe they have the moral authority to shove their politics and shove their current day down people's throats, and they covet your fucking money, right? It's like, if you don't give them money, you're a this and you're a that and you're a whatever. Like, I missed it. Like, since when did buying a product become a political statement? Well, I mean, I guess it was since, Hogwarts Legacy. If you bought the product, you were a transphobe because the person that made the game is a TERF, a trans trans exclusionary radical feminist. Yeah, see how they invent words to throw labels on people. And I thought stereotyping was the bad thing, right? I thought the point was to not stereotype. But the same people who are against it, or they want to be the ones doing the stereotyping. They don't want people to stereotype against them. Like, I see. What, bitch? But yeah, it's fucking shame what happened to Saints Row. But it's just how things gotta be, you know? Maybe other games will pop up that people want to play. I mean, we gotta see. But anyway, see ya.